Hey, what's up, world? My name is Ricky Allen Luna, farmer, and this is my first little podcast. I thought I'd go ahead and give y'all a live. Go ahead and spell live backwards. You got evil, and just don't give a fuck, right? That's the way you got to do it these days. You know what I'm saying? Thank you very much for the message, TED Talk, and all the wonderful things y'all be doing, trying to get people to understand how to use their mind. It's good. Unfortunately, I don't have no degree like y'all or anything like that, or have had college schooling. But what I do have is the degree from the sun. Because while a lot of people believe that it makes you go blind, I sat up here and realized that if they're poisoning your fucking food, they're poisoning the water, they're fucking toothpaste, your deodorant, every dropping chemtrails. Well, surely fucking the sun with vitamins can't make a motherfucker go blind, can it? So what I decided to do is start looking at that, and looking at the moon. Since my last name is Luna in Spanish, that means the moon. And after doing so, I came up with some great results. I used to be an addict of one. I don't know if y'all have any addicts y'all have had on the show, but I'm not going to get into detail of my drugs of choice, but I've done them all. But after doing so, I realized that the mind is a pretty unique thing, and the more that you feed it, and the more that you feed it, like you're manifesting, you're sending these signals out and frequencies, and then it's coming back as you as karma. And what people don't really realize is that for number one, is you have to learn how to use your brain by meditation and keeping your mind still. Because once you learn how to keep your mind still in meditation, then you won't have these thoughts that's telling you, go do this, go do that, go do that, do that. And a lot of them are bad. And then you end up fucking up and doing some fucked up shit over and over and over again until you finally get it right. So I think, like, importantly, most important, you should be teaching this in school, primary, to all the languages. I'm saying not languages, forgive me, but all the teachings that they teach in school. Couldn't come up with the word for right then, excuse me. But in school instead they like to teach you about me growing up, I recall learning a lot about Christopher Columbus, which happens to be not a great role model to be wanting to follow when you get into details. And then you have Johnny Appleseed. Now I don't understand how somebody can get put in history books and I have to learn about this guy growing up, and you planting the forbidden fruit all over the land, you know what I'm saying? And you take a bite out of crime, what you got? Take a bite out of crime, what you got? Crime Stoppers. No, I'm just playing. But you got the forbidden fruit, you got the rotten apple, you know what I'm saying? You got the iPhone. That's what we got nowadays. Now everybody wants the latest shit and they buying into it. The sad thing is once you figure out how to use your brain, then you realize that money's not what makes the world go around. A lot of y'all people believe that. And I can't stand money just because the way that people act. Like, I go around people that got money and, oh my God, like, these are the worst little kids I've ever seen in my life. But anyhow, I have like 3 little topics that I want to discuss with y'all, and I'm going to drop it on y'all's head, saying whether you like it or not. It's up to you. A lot of scientists argue against me. Well, I believe in God, and I feel like there's an alpha and there's omega, and somebody who breaks down these words, which we interpret as frequencies and volume, and vibration, then, you get a little better understanding of my field in a way that I like to play. My best thing I like to say is my name is Rick. So it's like elect Rick. When you break it down in syllables, they taught you when you're taught you when you're little kids in school. And I think that's for example, and I speak for the great state of Texas. I happen to come from Texas, and I'm a rapper. Actually, I like to call myself the Rapture, you know what I'm saying? Because I rap for God and I don't rap for money. Because I realize a lot of things that money don't make the world go around. We all obviously know, scientists, that money don't make the world go around. So I don't understand why you're working so goddamn hard for it. I know you're doing it for your love, you know what I'm saying? But what are you doing with your money? You know what I'm saying? It's like, goddamn, just so many people that need things. And yeah, people are so goddamn greedy nowadays. Just like, goddamn, you rather sit up here and try to take off from space from stuff that you don't really understand. I'm talking about you've been there, you know what I mean? So I think the only place that a lot of y'all need to go is, since this is the old hell, the new hell, I think is going to be the sun. And it's not even down below. It's actually up there. Go look up in the skies. You're going to see. So, anyhow, not to get you off topic. I spit my little stuff a little bit different because I am from the streets. But I'm no dummy, certainly. I have a sister that's corporate attorney, and I have one that works for the Capitol. He's been working there for years. So, and they know a lot of information. So, you're not talking to a dummy, but you happen to somebody that chose the life of the streets because the situation's given to me at hand. That's the life that I chose, which I'm grateful for. I learned a lot through the streets, like how to be humble, you know what I'm saying? And I think the only way you can really be humble, like, you know what I'm saying, and actually appreciate things is coming from a broken life, And I got a lot more to explain on that in detail, but for right now, I just want to teach people how to use their brain and the problems with people, and money, I would say, would be the number one problem. And the problem I have with money is because upon my awakening, I started believing in all my ancient Egyptian heritage, the symbol of Ra, the sun god and everything and whatnot. And after doing so, in the Bible, it teaches that it's evil. Now I can understand why, the Bible is, what I'm saying, like the most, not the hated book, but it's like the most confusing book that there is, But I decided not to get into it and go off of some scriptures that were carved into the wall. And I know they still translate them different, you know what I mean? But I take in all the information, I gather what I can, and I pray about for the right answers. And I look at the sun and I look at the moon like my mom, and I look at the sun like my dad, because you have two sides to your brain. Left side will have to be your, I believe it's your male side, and then the right side is like your feminine side. Or vice versa, I don't remember exactly what it is. But another problem that I believe that why people are going crazy is because you are from this earth. You know what I mean? And once I got enlightened, I realized that you're made of electricity. But the electrical charge that you use is only as big as you use your brain. So, like, when it gets cold, you walk outside and you go and touch something. Well, that shock that you get is only going to be pretty much accumulated with your brain. So the thing is, you have to work on your brain power, because they say brainstorm, And then so, in doing so, I looked at all these words, and there are a lot of hints. You realize, like me, what I realized is Rick's in a lot of words. Like Rick, American, strict, esoteric. There's a whole bunch of them. And then, so in doing so, I was like, okay, they also have ice in there. And then with ice, I was like, what's going on with this ice stuff? You know what I'm saying? You got, ISIS, you got police, which is police to me, you break it down in syllables. And then, you have a lot of things have to do with ice, And me, I'm still breaking them down for myself, but I'm not going to get into that detail. Forgive me for all of that. But, since I believe in ancient Egypt, I'm like, okay, well, people worship money, which happens to be a bunch of dead white men. You know what I mean? And me, I feel like if they got a lot of racism going on, I'd rather not even go with somebody that's already been dead that you call a president, just because I see the way that this world is going. Now, I believe at one point in time that it was a lot more pure than what it was, that is today. But, due to their ways in politicking, it's always going to lead you in the wrong direction. I mean, when you get to, adults fucking arguing like little kids in front of the TV, I mean, you should be embarrassed that you're even a human, you know what I'm saying, to even be doing this. When all the other animals out there, you know what I'm saying, they got to do what they do, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we have the consciousness of the creator, you know what I'm saying, at hand to be able to use, to be able to like, okay, why don't we just stop calling each other Democrat and Republican and just call each other fucking Americans? You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't do that. You can pass any law that you want to, right? Am I not right? I mean, I'm not no genius or anything, but come on, people. I mean, American people, if you get enough people to do it, it can happen. My ultimate goal is what I would like to do is somebody to gather up, TED Talk, one of y'all, is go live, get everybody in the damn world, and then go down to City Hall all at one time. And then we tell them, look, we all have a CARES Act where you're giving all the richest people in the world $150 billion, I don't know however many years. But Nancy Pelosi says this because she hated Donald Trump. And when you get to hating, all of this stuff starts coming out. The truth starts coming out. I happen to call myself the truth. My name is Ricky, a.k.a. the truth. You know what I'm saying? A.k.a. the Reaper. I got two of them. You know what I'm saying? It's like night and day. It's like a blessed sin. But anyhow, ancient Egypt's what I believe in. And what I believe is that they're digging up my ancient gods, if you will. Their skeletal remains. And to make money off of them, to make these white people enemy more powerful, they're taking my ancestors, your ancestors, a lot of you is going to be watching, and putting them on display, and that's cool with y'all. You know what I mean? And that's not really cool with the creator. He's letting it happen because he got big peace. You know what I'm saying? And when that big peace comes, it's going to come in the form of the steel. You know what I mean? And you got to keep your mind still. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a steel in the middle of a storm. You know what I mean? Anyhow, Another one that I think believe why people are going crazy. Well, I don't believe, I know. So this is the reason why I'm telling y'all these things, because it's a little bit different. It's from the streets, but it's still esoteric, like, back in the day stuff. Oil. A lot of y'all, when you don't need oil to make a car run. American people, what's up, Ted? What's up, bro? You got all of these followers, bro. So I'm gonna drop this on your head. You got all of these followers, bro. Why don't you get all of these people that you got together and go do something? Tell them, hey, y'all need to stop drilling in this earth. You can make a car run off of water. You can make it run off of vegetable oil. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to be tearing down trees. You can make this all out of hemp, the opposite of weed. We all know this now. You know what I'm saying? Since we all have this understanding, then Ted, I'm looking at you, bro. I'm like, we got to do something, dog. You know what I'm saying? And I'm giving you a little head start. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to drop this on this. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? It was a perfect thing. I was looking out to come out of my little old shell. And thank you very much, girl. God bless you for your little old stuff. I've been taking and you're not giving them fucks and figuring out how to fuck these motherfuckers up. No, I'm just playing. But, it's a job that I have to do, and if you're raping little kids, I'm sure that all y'all out there are not happy with this and everything that's been come to the light. And I'm not happy out with it either. But back to the oil. And, I get off topic every now and then, but I got to forgive me. I got a lot going on in this brain up here. So oil, you know what I think oil is? I believe that oil is the blood of this earth, Mother Nature's blood. And that's what I believe oil is. And I believe that the more that you keep ripping out of it and putting it in a fucking car and then driving around and then putting it in the atmosphere, that Mother Nature's going to get tired of it. And she's going to wait on somebody to actually, instead of praying for money, he prayed to use 100% of his brain. You know what I mean? And if y'all got y'all's money, well, then I know that I'm going to get my ultimate dream too. It might take a little bit longer than y'all's, but it will happen. You look at all these planets, we're the only one holding gravity. For what reason? You know what I'm saying? And there's some people that can make their way with it. But anyhow, oil, that's the main thing, and that's driving people crazy. You can't pull the blood out of this earth. You're made of electricity, you look at your veins. Look at your veins. If you can see up under there, you still got somewhere you can see your veins. They mimic everything. The creator, a dumpster slam, boom, crash. What is that? That thunder? Think about it. A picture that you think, it's the lightning, the flashes of the lightning. So how are you going to sit up here in the Bible and say, oh, no, don't look at the sun, don't look at it? No, that's power they want of you so they can take 10% of your goddamn money. God hates money. And if he's going to take something from you, he's going to take 1% and probably even fractions of that, bro, with like 7.8 billion people on this planet. And I'm like, dude, what's wrong with y'all? What, how we are this lost? And all I did was look at the sun and the moon, and I came up with some basic things. It's no genius, no scientist, and all these people just think they're all just brilliant, and they don't even know what they're speaking. Take, for example, a demon. They'd be like, well, let me demonstrate. Blah, 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 blah. And then go over there and they go demonstrate. And they don't even know that evil entity, the demon already inside his ass. And he's sitting up there just cool with this shit, just doing his shit. That's what's going to happen whenever you use 10% of your brain. You understand that? When you use ultimate, all of your brain, and you start using it, then you know how to kick this stuff back, like habits and bad, just evil, darkness. You know what I'm saying? And, my teaching is, it's light and dark. And ultimately, you can take a cup of light into a room full of dark. And what's going to happen? You're going to be able to see into that room. And vice versa, you can't take a cup full of dark and walk into a room full of light. You know what I'm saying? And what's going to happen? Yeah, you're still going to be able to see somewhat. Some of y'all dark motherfuckers working with the shadows, but still, you know what I'm saying? The light's going to take away from that cup. So you got to understand what you're fighting for. You know what I mean? And if a lot of y'all just so proud and happy. I know one thing, and, I believe in the Bible. I believe it's been manipulated. But it says don't be proud. Every day I hear this word so much, and it's like a gay pride marching with each one of y'all people casting that spell out there, and you don't even know what you're saying. Like, take, for example, there are a lot of you people that ain't never really been to hell. I consider this kind of like a hellhole, but it's not like the real hell that we all know about, according to that Bible. You know what I mean? And I forgot what I was going to say. Anyways, sorry, got off topic a little bit. I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm going to jump on to the next one. This is another reason why I think that people are going crazy is politics. A bunch of hypocrites up in there, you know what I'm saying, thinking they really control this whole planet. And they don't, all they control is money. They control what you see. And you're realizing things. I was believing in Johnny Appleseed and all the shit that they taught me in school. It wasn't until I got older and got out of their schooling that I realized that they're brainwashing your kids. And all you're doing is pretty much just putting your kids to sleep. You know what I mean? So and then if you don't take your kids and put them in their schools, then they get to lock the parents up in jail. America, do you think that's right? I know a lot, and I can also tell you that there's a monopoly system going on, and it's called a Judas. And be like, Judas, how's it got to betray Jesus? I'm like, yeah, I rock with Jesus though. That's my boy. Judas so happens to have this judicial system at play. You know what I'm saying? That a lot of these fake ass judges think that they can really judge people. And one thing that I realize is they write sentences, and whenever and you know how black people, we all got our ebonics. Well, y'all call them paragraphs, and in ebonics we call them bars. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, who came up with them, and why are you calling them bars? And why are we writing out this stuff, and people, you know what I'm saying, are still going, all these rappers are sitting behind bars. I'm like, wow, ain't this some shit? There's a spell going on. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody knows about karma by now, and you start figuring out life, the older that you get. And that's just basically what I wanted to tell y'all, you know what I mean? And I don't have any more. It's not going to be all the greatest repetition like, all these other people like to get dressed up and look all good. This is my first little podcast, y'all. You know what I'm saying? But I want to change this world. And you ever seen that statue with the guy with the big world on his back like that? You know what I'm saying? I want to do that. And I believe with TED Talk and all y'all people sitting up here going on these shows, you know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure y'all getting paid. I don't know if y'all getting paid or y'all doing this for free or you're doing it for the mind, but I'm teaching you how to use your brain. The best way that you're going to ever know how in here. You know what I mean? And I don't care what profession you are. If you don't look at that sun, you don't have a better degree than I do. Believe me when I say. You know what I mean? Because I choose to believe that I'm a messenger for God. And if he gives me say so, then I might end up writing some sentences, end up calling a lyric. You know what I mean? It might be a song, your favorite song, but it's all going to end in a lyric. And once Rick stops lying about this shit, well, shit, I ain't going to give a fuck either. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, well, how can she say it and y'all be cool? And then whenever I say it, now y'all are like, oh, shit. Yeah, it's that real now. You know what I'm saying? They got this fucking bullshit up out here. And I got to speak up on it. I don't know if I already said this before, but I recorded a podcast before this, so I'm saying a lot of things from the previous one and this one. But, you break it all down, we're living in a corrupt system. And I believe Donald Trump was doing his best to help that out. I don't think Biden is doing his best to help him out. He's kind of creepy, but, if you ask me, if you come trying to grab my daughter like that just because you got money and you think that you're going to be able to just grab her and be kissing her like that, your ass going to get knocked out on motherfucking live TV. You know what I'm saying? And we're going live right now. Or at least I am on my little old deal, you know what I'm saying? And that's pretty evil if you spell it backwards, and you have to watch these words, man, because there's a lot of shit. Like you greet each other with hell. If you ain't never been to hell, you know what I'm saying? Why are we saying hello? Take another example. When people get locked up in a penitentiary, they say, oh, sign the letter, or you're going to write a letter to your best friend. Sign it with a sin. Why would you want to pass sin if you know that's sin? You know what I'm saying? And a conscience is conscience. And if you put a con in front of anything, you might end up with a fucking convict, for all I know. And these people are constantly failing in school. I can tell you why. Because my name is the truth. So you have this shit called DARE, right? Am I not right? I mean, a lot of people, not everybody experience it, but they have a police program, DARE, that comes around and they dare kids not to do some shit. And if you're like the officials and the parenting, I know that if I go dare your kid not to do something, be like, I dare you not to do it. What are they going to do? Okay, so before a kid was even thinking about drugs, y'all been doing tests on human beings to figure out, like, look, if you tell them not to do something, they're going to go and do it. So then you come to these schools and you think you're fucking smart. You know what I'm saying? Trying to battle the truth. One thing I'm thankful for Donald Trump is you put God back in school. You know what I'm saying? And I'm an independent boy. My birthday's 4th of July. So I say independent school. You know what it is to diss somebody? Let me spell it out for you. It's D-I-S. Let me show you right here. Diss. And then they put Rick, R-I-C-T, district. But they tell y'all district. And then so you're like, okay, yeah, it's a district. It's some kind of section right up over there. Well, no, you can't section a boy off. It's just like y'all do in school. You teach math, you teach English, and you teach science all separate. And then you start to realize that it's all combined because you get word problems and all of a sudden you get numbers and hyphens all up in there and it turns into science. It's like y'all people are full of shit. You know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers are full of shit. Y'all motherfuckers are evil as fuck. And you ain't got control over this land no more. And you don't know what to do. And the American people start ruling back. My name happens to be Ricky. I know I told you that already. But happens to also mean a ruler of nations. You know what I mean? And if I speak from the great state of Texas, well, you know, and I believe there's a reason why Hollywood's moving over here in the last days. You know, and I believe that people go to Hollywood, become stars. And since I started looking at this sun and this moon, now the biggest businesses are over here in Texas. You know, and I don't believe it's up to the politicians no more. I believe it's up to people like us to speak on TED Talk, you know, and just fucking real, you know, whether we got to cuss about it. I think that we need to get out of the cussing. But since we're hearing the shit, you know, it's nothing best for the repercussion. You know, I, for one, happen to be death. You know, it's an entity that I believe in. So therefore, in my case, I can admit that people from my past that really thought they got away with what they think they're getting away with, everybody ends up with death. You know what I'm saying? But the reincarnation's done, people. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people, oh, I can remember my last lifetime. I can remember mine too. You know what I'm saying? And I know a little bit of what's going to happen in the future. And I feel like if I'm a messenger for God and if I'm a prophet, then I don't do this for money. And I do have a little bit of vision of the future, only because the inherent skills that I got from my temple from ancient Egypt. And I want to thank y'all for listening and using your mind. Keep your mind still, because if not, you're going to, you know, be still and know that I'm God. You know, I'm not God, you know what I'm saying? But I pray to use 100% of my brain, so I believe that he's either going to make me one on this planet or whatnot. But, I mean, it's enough with the money. You know, I think the money, the businesses need to hold. But as far as the people, you know what I'm saying? We got to start living off the land again. My last name used to be Farmer before it got changed to Luna, which is the moon. And the only reason why I got changed from Farmer is because my uncle got killed by a police officer in West Texas. And so when we went back over there, it was a small town. My mom didn't want them to mess with me and my twin brother because they killed my Uncle Danny, which is actually who my twin brother is named after. So I'm basically like a clone because my family don't really understand me. And there's a lot of you out there that will understand me, and that's the reason why I'm going out there. I'll be having another podcast. I have more things, man, that I know, a little bit of knowledge and wisdom. The game is to be sold. I mean, told, not sold, and I've never been a sellout. You know what I mean? So you probably won't ever catch me, you know what I'm saying, with my CD in the stores and stuff, you know what I mean? Because I believe that gravity is going to take toll one of these days. Amen. Salute. God bless all of you all. Thank you all for your message, and y'all have a wonderful day. I hope y'all say a prayer for light to hit this surface so that we can get away from all this darkness that's on this in this chaos. You know, because out of chaos, everybody knows there's a light out there. You know what I mean? And I'm here.